This message is for Libra. This is your July mid-monthly. I shuffled the deck and the cards that came out were Spark, Blessing in Disguise, New Career, and Rejection. And at the bottom of the deck was Talisman. It might be Talisman. Notice the signs, sentimental feelings, and joy. So Spark talks about finding that passion again in life, reigniting your fire, be it through a relationship, through work, through community service, whatever it is, it's about reigniting that spark, having that fire again for life. It's like overcoming challenges and realizing that you still can survive and you still can thrive. At the bottom, you have Talisman. This is about a person who has learned their lesson. This card speaks about going through a lot of obstacles and coming out on the other side wiser than you were coming in. It's about knowing how to avoid certain behavior patterns that don't serve you, and how to avoid making mistakes, and how to be able to avoid certain relationships that are not healthy, or to stay away from things that are not of your best, things that are not healthy, things that are not in your best interest to be partaking in. So through this spark, you're going to be able to move forward with understanding of the lessons that you learned. And your angel messages has Blessing in Disguise. It says, what appears to be a problem is actually part of your answered prayer. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situation as everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the best way. So this is basically about a blessing in disguise, meaning something. Sometimes a blessing in disguise is a relationship ending, something going wrong, something happening that is completely out of your control, completely unexpected. Most blessings in disguise come from an unexpected situation. So through learning these lessons, you have been able to, and this card also says that you are ready for success because you learned your lesson. So you have been able to be on the receiving end of a blessing because you chose to continue to walk your path through understanding everything and taking the lessons with you. So at the bottom, you have noticed the signs. It says, yes, the signs you've been receiving are heaven sent. We drop feathers, coins, and other signs upon your path to remind you that you're loved and never alone. It's just about noticing the signs, be it feathers, anything, just random stuff that you see. It could be a billboard sign telling you something. It could be someone. You can meet someone in the store and they wind up saying something that you were thinking or something that you were worried about. This is just saying notice the signs. For your life change message, you have new career. Of course, that is about being involved in a new career, or it could just mean that the career that you're involved in, you need to think about another one. And maybe this blessing in disguise, since they're right by each other simultaneously, maybe this blessing in disguise is a new career headed your way. Only you would know, but this is about not being afraid. This is about understanding that you have already learned from your past mistakes, maybe from a failed career prior to, and the passion that you are about to receive, or the passion that is in you, is being ignited for this new career, whatever it is. At the bottom, for your life path, you have sentimental feelings. This is about acknowledging your feelings. It could be memories from the past that create an emotional breakthrough for you, because sometimes we don't want to acknowledge our feelings, but if we leave them crammed up, we become angry. You know, like hoarders, they hoard gifts, they hoard art, they hoard a lot of stuff. So you can have you can be a person who hoarders your feelings. I think that's the right word. Yeah, who hoarders your feelings. You keep them all inside. Well, this is about opening your feelings up, and maybe somebody's about to come into your life to tap into your feelings, because remember, when your feelings flow, your life flow. If you block out any emotion, you can become unhealthy. Now, I don't mean like you have to acknowledge anger, but you have to accept that you are angry. So if you are happy, you have to accept that you're happy. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. You know, but if you're angry, you have to say, I'm very angry right now. I'm very tense. But sometimes we block out those emotions because we don't want to look a certain way, or we don't want to behave a certain way. So acknowledging your feelings, and maybe this person or this situation has opened you up to realize that you have to let your emotions flow, but in a way that is healthy. Sentimental feelings are about healthy emotions, healthy feelings that soothe one's soul. You just need some healthy feelings sometimes. It's like eating soul food. You need that in your life, because if you don't have soul food, then you don't, your soul is missing out. So you need those sentimental feelings to wash out, soothe the soul. That's all. To wash out those old negative emotions that you don't want anymore. So at the top you have rejection. For your chakra, you have rejection. For rejection, it is about a person who is very gifted, very talented, but the places that he goes, he is rejected. No one understands him. He writes his own poetry. Therefore he chooses to spend time alone. But it is about you accepting who you are and not wanting to prove yourself to people. If you are an emotional person, if you do harbor a lot of feelings or emotions because you know that you're emotional, you don't want anybody to know, don't be afraid of being rejected. Let your emotions flow. Your emotions are what keep you connected to spirit and keep you connected to God. Rejection is a form of God's protection. So this card is not about you about to be rejected or anything in nature. It's about understanding that rejection is God's protection, and understand that you do not have to prove yourself anymore because you have learned all your lessons. Maybe there was a lesson you had to learn, not to prove yourself and not to hide yourself or hide your gifts and talents because you were afraid to be rejected. Some people have like gifts and talents and things that they want to do, but they're so afraid of rejection that they don't do it. Well, you're not allowed to do that in this season. You have to accept that not everyone will understand you, but it's for you to understand you. And once you understand that, you'll know it's like those sentimental feelings. They have to flow. That is your peace of mind. Your art, your creativity, that part of you that is not for sale. It could be your soul, your spirit, your hobbies. That part of you that is not for sale. That is something that you cannot block out. If it is your emotions, you have to let that flow. You cannot be afraid of rejection. If it's you being a speaker, you have to do that in the best way that you can. And you cannot be afraid of being rejected, because also when you reject when you hide your gifts and talents, you're rejecting yourself. So don't reject yourself because you want somebody else's approval. Like, accept yourself and accept that everybody's not going to approve of you, but as long as you are satisfied with you, that is the ultimate experience of life, to be understanding to thine own self. I used to say, to thine own self be true. That was a quote I used to say. So you got to be true to you at the end of the day. So don't be afraid of rejection, because this means God is protecting you. And it's also about not being in the company of people who don't accept you, people who choose to reject you. Don't be in a company, because you will be hurt. You will be miserable. Those feelings will get the better of you. Don't do it. And understand that who you are, once you stand in who you are, the people that you need will come to you. The people that will accept you for you will come. They won't come right away, but they will slowly come into your life as you accept yourself and understand yourself more. At the bottom, you have joy. We all know what joy is. Joy is the highest vibration. Joy is the ultimate gift. Joy cannot be taken from you at all. The Lord giveth joy, and the Lord take it away, but I'm just saying. Joy is the highest vibration. So to walk and be happy, be graceful. Even the Bible says be of good cheer when you're in infirmity. Even the Bible speaks all the time of you being happy no matter what is going on in your life. So this is about joy. This is about receiving joy. I remember that movie. When I think about joy, I think about Jennifer Lawson. Is that her name? The movie Joy. When she came a long way, she wanted to create something. When she tried to create it, it worked out. Somebody stole her projects. It just went way out of control. But she kept her head straight, and she bowed down because she got rejected. She bowed down and she cried, but she figured it out in the end. And she said, "I'm going to stand firm. This is my son." I don't know if y'all saw Joy, but anyway, basically, this is about having joy at the end of everything that you've gone through, still being happy. Because some people go through things and they never get to that other side where they receive joy. They might be happy, but they don't have that ultimate joy being fulfilled within themselves, being able to smile at anything, being able to smile at life's circumstances. So Libra, you're about to find your spark again if you lost it, or maybe you have a spark that you need to share. You need to let it out. Let your fire burn. I don't think Libra is a fire sign, but you have a fire within you nevertheless. So Allow it to be seen, understand it, grow it. Do not try to hide your spark for anybody. You have learned your lessons, Talisman says you have learned your lessons. You are ready to move forward with wisdom and grace, understanding that you can handle anything and you do not have to worry about making mistakes because you have become wise and you can spot situations before they happen. You have to believe it and understand it and know that it'll work for you because you have a blessing in disguise at the end of all this that you have gone through, at the end of all these relationship confusions. You have a blessing waiting on you. You just have to be receptive to it and understand it. At the bottom of that, notice the signs. Notice that the blessings are coming. Notice that the angels are speaking to you. Notice within yourself that you are growing and becoming someone that you weren't at the beginning of these obstacles. You have a new career coming your way. You are ready to discover the newness of who you are and you're ready to share yourself in a new way. At the bottom, you have sentimental feelings. Let your feelings flow. Be it good, bad, or indifferent. Let them flow. Let yourself feel again. To have that spark in life, you have to feel. You have to feel and acknowledge how you feel. Do not be afraid of rejection because rejection is God's protection and you do not have anything to prove at this point in time, Libra, because you have found a sense of joy within yourself, understanding that life works in all ways for everybody, understanding that there is always light at the end of the tunnel, understanding that nobody, what's the song? Can't take my joy away. Vashawn Mitchell, Can't Take My Joy Away. If you want to hear that song, that's the song you need to hear if you want to understand what joy is. It's about nobody can take that from you. The Lord give it to you. Nobody can take it away. That is your message, Libra. I hope you enjoy.